Good evening. Welcome to Scrapbooking with a Twist. This is Carolyn, and I am doing a hop that created by Karen Yeagle. It's called Let's Get Organized Hop for Paper Crafters. It's a monthly hop, and we are to show you some of our organization in this hop. So I'm going to start tonight with the very basics, which is my desk. Now, I'll just tell you right away, I do not have a big fancy craft room. I just have a space that I use in the back of my master bedroom. It's probably about, I don't know, 8 by 16, I suppose. And I have part of it is my office space, and the rest of it is for crafting. But I'm going to just show you tonight the very basic, which is my desk. So I'm going to start and just move you around. First of all, I sit and I can look out the window. I have the curtains closed so you can't see what I would normally see, but I can look out my window. I can see the driveway, I can see the dogs or the kids playing. So I love that. This that you see right here is what holds my camera, and it contorts around, and of course one of my lights that you're looking at. So let's just start here on the right hand side. Well, actually, let's start over here on the wall. This is my little bulletin board thing. I'm working on a swap where we do a monthly, we do it like I have 12 sections of this page protector thing, picture holder, and we do something for each month, and then at the end of the year we will mail those off. This is my swap information. It unfolds, but it's my swap information for Ginger's Corner, where I do all the weekly swaps, the monthly swap. As a matter of fact, here's one that is coming up soon that'll be mailed out very soon. And then on the right hand side of my desk, let me show you this. Let me get a little closer here. On the right-hand side of my desk is just things that are not really very important. These are just a couple of little, like this has a thumb drive, and it has my little bitty stamp block in it. I just left some of this stuff so you can see for real. Here's my bigger stamp block, and I put my, do the ink pad and spray it with water and use it for splatters or something like that. This is that thing that we all have where we have the little leftover things or things that we know we want to use. Like this is a swap item, I think, from Debbie Van Horn that she sent me that I thought was so cute. And I've been going to do this recipe layout forever, and so I keep it right here. I've got the 45 from my daughter's birthday cake and that kind of stuff in there, knowing that those are things that I need to use and I'm going to need for some layouts that I'm going to do. Then I'm the queen of cans. Like this is a snack Pringles can that I covered that I use for my glue. It's great to hold them upside down. I've just got a couple of things in there that I've been using. Of course, my tweezers are always close by. I was evidently using a paintbrush. This is just my phone holder. It's an old charger, but it doesn't work anymore, so I just use it to hold my phone on my desk. And then these are amazing. My daughter got me these for Christmas, and they're pops of color. I have Nuvo drops in a drawer behind me, but I use these a lot now, and so I've been leaving them on my desk. And then this is my big Pringles can and a little probably green bean can or something, but this has got all of those border strips. It's got all the strips you cut off of, when like these some of these came in some old kits and things that I have, but when you cut off edges, when you're framing something, I just stick them in there, and that's my Pringles can. And then this, probably a green bean can or something, is where I keep my glasses. I actually lined it with felt so it wouldn't scratch my glasses. And then this is a little Vienna sausage can that has a few tools in it. This is that thing that we all have on our desk, things that we're working on. Like this is a swap item that I wanted to use for our my grandson's Christmas program, because one of them was a little lamb in it, and so I wanted to use that. Pictures that I know I'm going to scrap, just things like that. And I use sandwich bags because pictures fit in it and swap items fit in it, and I just start collecting things that I'm going to use. So you can see I've got several baggies that I start collecting things that I'm going to want to use as far as embellishments, pictures, that type of thing. Then this is another one of my can conglomerations. If I can get down here and show it to you maybe a little better. That's 2 Vienna sausage cans and a Spam can that I've covered. And this is just some bling that came off the top of one of my Nuvo Deluxe glue bottles. But like these are all of my piercing tools, but I use them, of course, for my die cuts. This is my bone folders. This gets things off of my silhouette pads and Cricut pads. Then I've got a couple pair of tweezers. I've got a couple of emery boards in there because I rough edges or smooth edges, depending on what I'm doing with those. I've got my little 6-inch ruler that I use a lot. These are things in a pen and a pencil because these are things that I just grab and want right at my fingertips. I've got a sucker in there. This is like my favorite sucker in the whole wide world. These are my jewel pickers, and then another set of tweezers. But that's kind of like my thing that I just grab all the time. And then I've always got a drink on my desk. And then this is like my favorite light in the whole wide world. My sister-in-law gave that to me. It's kind of old, but it's got the thing on the back to charge your phone. And then this is just a page kit that I had on my desk. It's one I'm going to do next for one of the hops over on Ginger's Corner where we're playing categories or something like that. All right, then I'm going to show you, I feel like I'm airing my dirty underwear showing you what's in these drawers. I mean, they're organized, but they're not pretty. I'll just put it that way. So let's just start down on this end. Let me get this out of the way. I start on this end. These are all my little scissors. I've got a couple of really good pair of fussy cutting, 3 actually, really good pair of fussy cutting scissors of different types that are in there, and then some other little scissors. These are cutting tools like X-Acto knives and that type of thing. This is my water pen, paintbrush, and spray bottle of water that I just always want handy. These are my favorite journaling pens. These are like mostly the blacks. Well, no, this is, yeah, the blacks and the blues and my white gel markers. These are the ones that I reach for most often. And then these are just my Sharpies and some more Vienna sausage cans. My tape runners and my big scissors I just throw in this drawer, and there's some markers in there. And then these are my scrapers, like for my mats, for my silhouette and my Cricut. Then behind that, in this little container thing, these are really neat. They're burlap sheets. You know, they're paper on the back, but they're burlap sheets, and I love them, so I keep them handy. These are a couple of my Tim Holtz sentiment strips. One, it's just black and white, and then the other one has gold writing. These are my what do you call these? Post-it notes. Because I use them all the time. And these are a couple of little notebooks that I have notes written in about vacations and trips that I have to refer to. Like I said, I use everything. There's an old cottage cheese container. This is where I keep like my jute, and I've got like gold in here. It's not my twine. My twine's over in another drawer. A few like ribbons and things that I might use more often are in this one. And then this little baggie is raffia that's back in there. But like I said, I feel like I'm airing my dirty underwear showing you in these drawers because they're not fancy by any means. And then this is where I keep the stamps, my stamp pads that I use the most. I have one just distress ink pad that is, but all the rest of them are distress oxides. This is my favorite white ink pad. It's an old Stampin' Up ink pad. But these, and I kind of keep these in an order, like these are my browns because I use them the most. My browns and grays I use the most. And then some of my blues and greens because those are the ones I use the most. This is a big old roll of double-sided tape when I need wide double-sided tape. These are my index cards and just pieces of paper that I can use to like draw a layout idea or make a note on and stick in a page kit. And then these are my index cards that I write my twist on. So I just have to keep those handy. These are like this is a brushable glue. This is like the 3D lacquer stuff, and some glue pens that I just like to keep handy. Under here, this is my glitter paper. Don't use it real often. Used to, I use glitter paper all the time. I don't use it real often, but so I just keep it under my desk. This is basically empty, but I use it when I go to crops. It's a really neat container. It has a tray in the top and then holds stuff in the bottom, and so I use it. So I just kind of keep it out of the way under there. This drawer, and this, all of this is just a thing from Container Store, and these are old ones. They're not even like this anymore. But this drawer, let's see if I can get a little bit. Let me show you this drawer. These are all of my blending brushes and a couple of toothbrushes that I use to splatter with. This little tub is where I keep the punches. Now, I have a whole thing of punches that I'll show you in another film, but this is where I keep the punches that I use most often. I have a banner punch, a tag punch, the tag hole cover punch, and then my corner rounder that has the four different sizes of corner rounders. And then some of my favorite hole punches are in here. So those are just favorite punches that I want at my fingertips. This I don't get in the back of this drawer very much. This is just some double-sided tape in case I run out of my tape runners. These are new daubers and things like that. Of course, here are all of my daubers with all the different colors on them. And then these three containers are more ink pads, but they're specific colors. Like this one is my white, or my whites. As you can see, my dog's laying down. And then there's a red and green for Christmas, and then there are some metallics. So those three are specific ink colors, and then there's all my daubers. This drawer, the bottom drawer in this section, get that one out of the way. The bottom drawer in this section is, is primarily my foam tape. Like here's all my foam tape, foam squares. Under here, more foam squares, and these are my glue dots, my mint tape, some little odds and ends like my erasers and little cutters. And that's more foam tape. This is a stamp, like it says cards handmade. I don't know if I can get where you can see that. Cards handmade by Carolyn Weston. And then this is a really neat stamp my daughter got me for Christmas that says Made with Love by Carolyn. And then this is, well, let me get these off of there. These are some things that I use just to, almost like stencils, to give texture. I just love these things to give texture on layouts sometimes. But these are my Kiwi Lane border stencils. My Doberman's laying there. Just look at her. She's just laying there taking all this in, sleeping through it. But these are my Kiwi Lane border stencils. I love them. I don't use them real often anymore, but I do love them. So that's that drawer. And then under that drawer, I took the other drawers out because, because this is where I keep my paper scraps. Actually, I have two places I keep scraps because this one got too small. But I do them by color, and these are just hanging files in this tub. And then I keep this lid to another container on top of it. Like right now, I have some brown scraps that need to be filed. So when I have scraps, I just toss them in this lid, and then I file them in the appropriate color file. And that's how I keep my, she's going to the groomer tomorrow, by the way. She looks awful. That's how I keep my scraps. Say hello to everybody. This is Maisie. So that I can use them, because I do use my scraps all the time. And then my trash can, my trusty trash can. I have to have a trash can nearby. So that is my desk, and that is where I create. I do not have, like I said, a fancy craft room, but you don't have to have a big fancy craft room to be able to create and have fun and enjoy paper crafting. So I hope that is kind of an encouragement to some of you who may not have the pretty ones. I mean, I've watched craft room tours and it just makes your mouth water, but I don't have that. I could, but I've chosen to use the room that I could set all of that up in as a playroom for my grandkids. So one of these days I may move into it, but I really like this location because I can look out my driveway, see everything. And so I really don't know that I'll ever do that. So I hope you enjoyed that. For just 1 second, I want to do the twist. If you're new to my channel, I always do a little twist. And the twist today is, I'm not going to do a scripture with it. I'm just going to do this thought. It is, we need to be satisfied with what we have. You know, we look at other people's craft rooms, for example, and our mouths water, but we shouldn't covet it. We shouldn't be resentful because we don't have one. We should just be thankful for what we have. You know, we're all at a different place in life. We all have different amounts of money and different houses and all that kind of thing, but we are so blessed. We live in the greatest country in the world. I have traveled around the world, and I don't want to live anywhere but here. So we just need to be so thankful for what we have, and to be happy and content with what we have. So have a blessed day, and above all, be a blessing to someone else. See you later.